Hello, and welcome to our presentation today about undergraduate research and creative inquiry here at Ohio State University. Today's presentation will feature information about why you should get involved in research as a student, how do you get involved in research, including our 3 steps to getting started, as well as resources from our office, as well as the office's contact information. To get us started, we're going to talk today about why you should get involved in research during your undergraduate career at Ohio State. There are many benefits to participating in undergraduate research, so many that we couldn't fit them all on this slide, but broke them down into 3 main categories to discuss. First, there are the academic benefits that come with doing undergraduate research. One of the greatest benefits is you have the ability to work closely with a faculty member who will serve as your mentor on a project, whether you are doing an independent project that the faculty member is guiding you through, or you're joining a faculty member's established lab or project to assist with their research. This faculty member can serve as a great resource, including possibly writing a letter of recommendation for a future graduate program or job, providing advice about graduate programs, or just helping you learn more information about the field you're interested in general. You also have the ability to apply concepts learned in classes to real-life situations. Undergraduate research is considered a part of experiential education, where it allows you to take what you're learning in your classes and apply them to real-world concepts. Instead of just writing lab reports or papers, you're able to put your knowledge to work on an undergraduate research project. And lastly, you can learn more about your chosen field of interest. Many students decide after doing an undergraduate research project that they might want to pursue a graduate program or a career in the field they've done research in. And it also helps students to narrow down their interest in broad fields such as history or medicine to something that they are more specifically interested in. There are also many professional benefits that come with doing undergraduate research. First, you have the ability to develop relevant and marketable skills, such as critical thinking, teamwork, and collaboration that future employers will like to see on your resume when you list that you participated in an undergraduate research project. You also have the opportunity to explore and prepare for future careers. There are many opportunities for students to pursue a research career once they graduate from Ohio State, and there are a lot of opportunities locally, including the Battelle Institute, Nationwide Children's Hospital, and our very own Wexner Medical Center that employ research assistants to assist with the projects that they have going on. And lastly, you have the opportunity to network within your field. Many students have the opportunity to present at conferences or work with other universities on projects that allow them to expand their networks and prepare for future opportunities by expanding their network and learning how to interact with others in their field of interest. Lastly, there are a lot of personal benefits that you can develop in undergraduate research as well, including developing some internal standards of excellence. You hold yourself accountable for your portion of the project, or maybe for sticking to your thesis deadline to make sure that you are finishing your project on time. You're working on your time management and project completion skills. You can demonstrate the ability to meet challenges and complete projects, and these skills will help you in your future careers and endeavors, whether that's a graduate program, going into the workforce, or anything else you may choose. And lastly, you can discover some of your personal interests by doing research. We've seen students who have decided what they might want to focus on while they're in medical school, or have used undergraduate research to help them decide on a graduate program based on what they're interested in and what they learned from participating in undergraduate research. Or they might decide that their chosen career isn't exactly what they're looking for, and they have the ability to now choose something else that they want to pursue. So this really allows you to look within yourself to decide what are you really interested in and how can research help you identify that. So now that we have convinced you to get involved in undergraduate research during your career, let's talk about how to get involved in research. So we wanted to start it off by saying getting started in research is not as scary as it seems. We know that Ohio State is a large university with a lot of opportunities, whether you're interested in the arts, humanities, social sciences, life sciences, law. There are so many opportunities for students to pursue while they were here. Our office provides plenty of resources and information to assist you in this process, and we have a slide dedicated to that towards the end of this presentation. One thing to note is that most students are the ones who reach out to faculty to get involved in research, not the other way around. While there are places in different departments and on our website for research postings, we typically see students are identifying faculty that they're interested in doing work with and then pursuing them via email to learn more about their research, which we will talk about in our next slide. When students are getting involved in research, our office likes to discuss the 3 steps to getting involved as a high-level overview on how to get started in research here. First, it's important to make sure you define your topic of interest. While many students have great ideas of what they might want to be doing research in, you want to be sure to narrow down some specific topics to look for, or you may feel overwhelmed with the variety of opportunities that you have available. It's also important to take a look at what you're interested in, both inside and outside of your chosen major, department, or field. We have students who do research in some of the professional colleges, such as medicine, dentistry, and law. So it's important to think about what you're interested in and look at specifics. For example, I have seen students who have come to our office to inquire about doing research in the field of history. That is an incredibly broad field with many subcategories, so it's important for students to identify those more specific interests that they may have. Next, once you identify some of those topics that you're interested in, it's time to begin identifying potential faculty members who do work in the fields that you're interested in. Each department and college have faculty directories that can help you learn more about the faculty by going to their biography pages to see information such as their contact information, research interests, recent publications. It may also have a link if they have an associated lab or center that they work with. So there's a lot of information to help you learn more about a faculty member and the work that they are doing. Lastly, once you find those faculty members that you think are doing research that you're interested in or may serve as a great mentor for an idea you have for an independent research project, you want to be able to contact them. If you're in a course with a faculty member you're interested in, we recommend utilizing office hours to set up a meeting to talk with them directly. However, it is fine to email faculty, both that you have a previous connection with or that you have never talked to in the past. This is a great time to work on your professional email skills and to make sure you're including relevant information, such as introducing yourself, talking specifically why you're interested in this faculty member and their work, and even offering to set up a meeting to learn more about their research and how you can possibly get involved with it. We have a lot of information on our website about these 3 steps to getting started, including written out tips, videos, and other relevant information. Another thing to consider as you are getting involved with undergraduate research is timing and balance that are involved, especially with your schedule. One thing to note is there is no one right time to start your research journey. We have seen students who have started their very first week here on campus as a first-year student, and we have seen last semester senior students find a project, work on it over the summer, and then move on to their next opportunity in the fall. It's important to identify when you feel ready to start a project and what works best with your schedule. Normally, we see students starting their research journey in their second year at Ohio State, but that is just a trend and is not an official requirement for students. Another thing to note is that academics should be your priority. Undergraduate research should be something that accentuates your programs that you're working in and helps you learn more about what you're doing, but should not take up so much time or effort that you are falling behind in your courses. Faculty are very understanding, and if you communicate with them directly that you may need to step back and do less hours a week, or that you have midterms coming up and you need to adjust your schedule, it's important to have that line of communication to make sure that you are advocating for your needs. And lastly, major research projects have the opportunity to span multiple semesters, so it's important to consider your course loads in future semesters, whether you want to take summer classes, or how your research or how your academic calendar is progressing to see that you're going to graduate on time. We strongly encourage students to work with their academic advisors to talk about their course loads, degree path, and how you can fit in research to make sure you are staying on track to graduate when you want to. Along with getting involved in research, there are many other opportunities associated that you can get your research beyond the classroom and even beyond Ohio State. The first thing we like to know is that students have the opportunity to receive funding to assist with their undergraduate research projects. There are opportunities through our office, which we will talk about in a minute, but there are also opportunities to receive funding via other colleges and departments, as well as associated offices such as Honors and Scholars, Undergraduate Student Government, and even the Office of International Affairs if you're interested in doing research abroad. These financial options can be great for students who may have to decide between hours at a part-time job or just might need a bit of an extra push to get them through the end of the semester. There are opportunities available for students to receive funding to help out. Additionally, students have the opportunity to complete a thesis project, which can also lead to having a research distinction on your diploma. While each college has different requirements for students in terms of thesis and research distinction, this can be a great opportunity for students who are interested in publishing, or maybe will have to write a dissertation for a graduate program in the future, and this will provide a great experience in learning how to write an extended research paper. Also, students have the ability to present at conferences, whether they are ones hosted here at Ohio State, national and international conferences in your field, or even undergraduate research specific conferences. There are many opportunities for students to work on developing their public speaking skills, developing that research pitch that you might use in future interviews to discuss your research project, or just work on talking about your research and what you learned from it. We have many links on our website that talk about our presentation opportunities, as well as connecting students with other opportunities, or even talking to your faculty mentor about ones that are field specific that you can work with to network within your own field. Lastly, students have the opportunity to become published authors by the time that they graduate from Ohio State. For those who successfully defend their thesis, it is automatically published in our knowledge bank. That is a database hosted through university libraries and is a great place to look if you're interested in writing a thesis or seeing the work that your peers have done in the past. Additionally, there are opportunities for publications within field-specific and undergraduate research-specific journals, and these are great opportunities to discuss with your mentor if you're interested in publishing and how to accomplish that. There are many opportunities for you to explore within undergraduate research. Now, some frequently asked questions that we get from students about getting involved with research. First, how many hours a week will be dedicated to research? While we do not have a standard answer for this, we typically see that students are doing somewhere between 5 to 15 hours a week on a research project in the main academic semesters of autumn and spring when most students are taking full-time course loads. We've also seen students doing up to 38 hours a week in the summer semester, almost like a full-time job when they are not taking as many courses. Ultimately, it's up to you to decide how many hours a week can you realistically dedicate to a project and working with that on the faculty in charge of the project to find a solution that works best for you. Second, are there any requirements to getting started in undergraduate research? Thankfully, there are no formal requirements besides being an undergraduate student who wants to be involved in research, but our office does have some suggestions for different fields about getting started. If you're interested in doing anything that is involved with medical, life and natural sciences, or those lab-based research projects, we encourage you to have taken some of your lab-based courses here, such as general chemistry, biochemistry, microbiology, or any of those courses that have a lab component that can help you feel more comfortable in a lab setting. Additionally, if you're looking at engineering projects, it might be helpful to have taken some of those software or coding classes that might help with some of the research you're interested in doing. Again, these are just suggestions that we have seen and are not requirements for students to get started in research. It's all about feeling comfortable and ready to start. Lastly, a major question we get, are student researchers compensated for their time on a project? Unfortunately, most students are not paid for their research and often are volunteering their time for this work. We do recommend that if you are a work study eligible student who is not currently enrolled in a work study project, you can talk to your project mentor about using your work study on your research project. We also encourage students to look at those additional funding opportunities, as that's a great way to get some financial compensation while you are working on a project. An alternative way that students are compensated is by having academic credit for their research projects. This is great if you're looking at getting a research distinction or possibly going to graduate school where you'll have those credit hours listed on your transcript. But this can also be great in advancing towards completing your degree, as many departments will allow students to use undergraduate research as their capstone, or even use these credit hours as upper level electives to help you complete your degree. If you are interested in being enrolled in credit hours for your research, please contact your academic advisor, as they are the one who has to enroll you in those credit hours and can talk about your options with you. So, how can our office help you out on your research journey? We have many great resources for students, including first, advising appointments and advice for students who are interested in getting started. Right now, we are in a period of transition in our office, but we'll soon be moving to on-course to help have advising appointments with students. We also recommend going to our website and looking at our advising email, which is ugresearchadvising@osu.edu, where you can email a staff member who can provide you with written out resources to help you get started on your journey while appointments are unavailable. We also offer different grants and funding for students in the summer, including our URAP, also known as the Undergraduate Research Apprenticeship Program, where we provide financial support for students to work on their research projects over the summer. We also have the Karen A. Holbrook International Research Grant, an endowed fund from previous university president Karen Holbrook to help students do international research over the summer and provide financial and logistical support. We also connect you with different types of grants and funding throughout the year, all listed on our website. Lastly, our office offers many presentation opportunities for students throughout the academic year, including our autumn and spring undergraduate research festivals, which offer all students the opportunity to discuss their research in both poster and oral presentation formats. We also offer the Denman Undergraduate Research Forum, which is a senior-only judged competition sponsored by the Denman family, who are 1957 graduates of The Ohio State University. We also have a 3-minute thesis competition where students have 3 minutes and one slide to discuss their entire research project, and is a great way to learn how to develop a research pitch and work on your public speaking skills. We also offer connections to different presentation opportunities, and you can find those opportunities on our website. Lastly, we want to talk about our contact information so that you can get a hold of our office to get assistance with any questions you may have about undergraduate research. Our website is ugresearch.osu.edu, or if you just Google Undergraduate Research Ohio State, we are typically the first website to pop up. Our office offers plenty of information, including those 3 steps to getting started, contacting you with funding opportunities, and we even have a research postings page on our site where we encourage faculty, graduate students, and others who have opportunities for students to post their research there. Our office email is ugresearch@osu.edu. This is a great place to email us with any questions about presentation opportunities, getting involved, or any other questions about the research process that you may have. Our office phone number is 614-292-8307. And lastly, our office is located at 220 West 12th Avenue, which is also the Kuhn Honors and Scholars House. We thank you for your time and listening to our presentation today and encourage you to reach out to our office email if you have any questions after this presentation. Thank you and go Buckeyes.